hear the snow melting. All right, so it's 45 degrees. As we can see, the snow is mostly melted. It was not going to be a long-lasting snow regardless. It was a drier, fluffier snow. And so it's like probably like 4:15 right now, maybe a little later. We are getting more sunlight, so that's a thing. But I've just been sat up, really thinking about one, the greenhouse shed that exists, two, future greenhouse sheds, if any. And so now I just want to go and measure some spots, see where things might be possible, and also prune my roses. I don't think we're supposed to get a big freeze. Also, it's time. I might prune my pear tree. So, two spots I've been thinking about. One is in terms of like putting a shed cabin that I can exclusively use as an office, because I have the greenhouse shed that in my mind initially was always going to be greenhouse purposes and then storage, garden storage. But I would like a space that's just like I'm going there to work and do office things, and have a studio space. So now that I don't know why I saw a bunch of people doing things out of pallets, and I'm like, and I've been doing this. I'm like, I know how I would maybe want to do things differently. I'm like, I feel like I could just either build it or maybe I would just order a shed eventually. Who knows? But I do want to see a spot that has, because in our county, the idea is above 12. Any structure with a dimension above 12 foot has to have a permit. Sure. But I think what I would do to get around that is just build like a little bridge between two smaller structures. So, or I'll be fine with 12 also. So I'm gonna go check that out. Yeah, the idea is maybe this year. Well, the idea is probably chickens will be raised, and the whole thing is, oh, where is the coop gonna go? This area is gonna get cleared. Not necessarily not necessarily. I don't think the garbage area. Actually, the garbage area could go over here. This could be moved or vacated. That staircase thing, I'm gonna move probably over to there somewhere. And this whole area behind could be like a chicken coop area. This area, this raised bed, I wanna figure out where a gazebo might go, and also expand the space of the outdoor eating area over here. This box behind there, it has. I'm gonna remove the box. Probably not today or tomorrow, because tomorrow's supposed to rain. When it gets a little warmer, which is say in a couple days, we're back in the 50s. I'm gonna remove this box, and I'm gonna put some type of frame structure for these two. What do you call these? These two grapevines, and then we'll have this space generally clear, and then this will be cleared again. So things are gonna get moved around a lot. I would do it now, but a lot of this wood is wet and not ideal for moving. So let's go see now about the roses. I'm walking towards my Parfuma Earth Angel rose, but I don't know if I'm gonna end up cutting it. Maybe I'll just hide different along the way. Before we do that, I do want to check the light over here. I flipped it on while it was snowing, and I think it burnt out. So I think I just have to replace it. But I know that outside sconce had been kind of wonky anyway. Like it wasn't turning on at some point, and then I just decided to turn on. So I don't know if I hope it's not the wiring. What's going on? I honestly forgot how I changed the bulb in the first place. I really do. I don't remember. So I don't remember right now how I would replace it. And I forgot which one was the original. It should be whichever one's white, which I think is this one. I think they're both like an orangey color. So that would make sense, because that would mean this one is well, I don't know about well, but it's probably beyond its lifespan. So I think this is the new one that's a white color. So, yeah. And it's good to see. First of all, this whole thing needs to be painted regardless. This doorbell doesn't work anymore. I don't think the company makes it anymore. Every time I try to register and it doesn't work. But there's like these gaps here. So this has to get, I mean, ideally this would get, oh, let me put my nail in it. So probably silicone, or, and then paint. But that would look messy. Wood filler, probably wood filler. And then paint. We've got some silicone that's not looking the prettiest, but okay. Lots of things to get done. So we have these gutters. That was like the first thing that we got done here. And because when it rained, it was like a puddle. This little line, arguably not the biggest issue, but why there? So wet. I know there's like space between the gutters, which, okay. Anyway, it is supposed to rain, but it's not raining right now, 1. And then 2, it's still gonna be in the 40s until like the end of tomorrow. So I think we're fine. I saw someone online who was saying something about, you know, I think it was, she was saying something about the idea of bias cuts on cuts and all that stuff. And the whole thing is, you know, things grow out in nature and they survive. So I don't think it'll be the worst. And from right here, roses are hardy. So yeah. All right. So here is the rose. Oh, my hand is shaky. We're going to get real close and see. A lot of crossing. Ooh, a lot of ugly crossing. So thin growth we'll cut off. We'll cut off crossing growth, the growth that's going on the inside. And I wish I had a tripod to show this, but I don't. I left my gloves. I have to go back inside. But we're going to measure this real quick. I know this is more than 12 feet. So I just do. This is 12 feet. So that's 12 feet. And I know it's at least 8 feet deep if I were to do it in line with this shed. I don't think I would want it maybe in line with this shed. But I could definitely do a 12-foot structure over there. I definitely could do a structure in the cutout over there, but I don't know if I want it so close to the road. Questions and concerns. Okay, girl. All right, so one glove seems to have been tossed over there incidentally, or flung over there. I don't even know when. I don't know where the other one is. I'm pretty sure I had them on me, but I think I'm just gonna try and get work done with the one glove. So, okay, and there goes the other glove. Okay, I found both gloves. Apparently, one of the gloves, regardless, was a duplicate of the other hand, so I had to go back inside and get the other one. And I'm like, oh, let me get back to cutting the rose up. But I'm like, let me do this important thing, which is to measure the space, the current space and the potential space if I take this bottom one off of this window, so I can think about getting windows if I come across it, right? All right. Let's see. This is, let's call it 32 inches. We're gonna go short on the estimations here. 32 inches. And then, okay, from the top. Okay, so that's about 47, let's say. So, what did I say? 32 by 47. Okay, 42 by 37. 32 by 47. So if I find a smaller frame, that's fine. Let me try this one as well. I don't think I want to put a window here. I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't want to. But if I happen to come across. Oh, girl, why am I... Okay, anyway. You know what? I can just make whatever I want. Okay, but let's say this would have to be... Let's estimate. Girl. Okay, well... Oh my god. You do. Thank you. Let's see. If I had another one that was 47 high, I think that's too high. Yeah, 47 is way too high. I don't want it above this door thing right here. So, let's say we would go no more than 32. We could do up to 3 feet by 32, but I'm just gonna say 32 by 32 for this size. Something smaller than 32 by 32 for this size. And then 32 by 47. Yeah. All right, so I cut a good amount back. There's a bunch of, you can't really see it because of the ground and the ice, the way it's mixing, but I cut a good amount back. And I know there was something about defoliating and then buds, but all the buds are setting, and I'm not gonna do all that. I did cut a good amount. I was just trying to really go for an open shape. Cut really thin ones. I did leave some thin sprouts there. I do want to get fuller, you know. But yeah, if we come over here, I did cut there. It's still green. Oh shoot, maybe I should have cut this one on the inside. I don't think it's gonna cross with anything really, so it's kind of ugly though. Is there an outside bud? No, they're all facing inward. Maybe I do. I think I need to cut that one. I don't see a bud along that. You know, I'm gonna cut that whole cane back actually. Yeah, do that. All right, so now I cut that there. So we've got 1, 2 underneath, 4, 3, and then on top 4. And I don't think they're gonna cross. I could cut this. I think I might cut, but this looks like it's going inward more over there. It's really thorny. I did get stuck with thorn. I think I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut this back somewhere, but I don't see a bud point anywhere. So like, what would be the point? I'm gonna cut this back a little, this little snippet here. And oh, I see some. I'm just gonna cut. I think I find. Girl, I'm not even looking. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut this little snippet here. And I think I'm gonna cut this back because it looks like it could cross into this, and I don't want it to cross into this. I'm gonna maybe cut this. It looks kind of weak. Yeah, there's some points I'm gonna cut back some more. So on the other hand, this looks like it's greening up again. This looks like it's greening up again. So I'm fine with that. I did cut heavy. I did, but I'm quite happy with what this is looking like now. I'm gonna clean it up with the rake. Just do that now. And hopefully you don't die all the way back and disappear. And if you do, I'll never put a rose over here. In memoriam. Here's some small little bits here. We're just gonna make a pile of all the cuttings. And I saw someone who was like, and remember you can propagate with your cuttings. I don't have to set up for that right now. And so now we have 4 main, I guess, splits, but then those go into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hopefully those butt up some more. So it's super open. So the platform that's over there that I'm quasi in the middle of taking done, it has a bunch of those black like footers. Anyway, over here, unrelated, over here, and obviously we're not doing this with the oak anymore. It's too much. I don't have thick oak enough. Blah, 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 blah. We'll just use pallets as I find them. I think now I'm going to make a pallet gazebo. I think that's what I'm going to do. So that'll be slow, but that's an idea for this space. Pallet gazebo. It's a little platform of my pallets that I reinforce with the things from other pallets. And then if anything, if I want to get a hard type gazebo, I can just put it on top. Yeah. Do I do the other 5 roses? I did really hack them back, and I know they can take it. So I think I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'll take before, but I'm going to do it. All right, let's do this one first. If anything, I'll do it one by one and do before and afters. Okay. Before. Heavy tangled mess. Before. All right, so I pruned her back hard. And I know she's going to fill out because this is like a drift rose. This is a drift rose. I forget the specific variety. But I pruned her back hard. Again, open. But this is going to bust crazy, I know. Is this... Hold on. Is that something I cut and it's on the ground? Yeah. So this already rooted in, so I can't really... I could, but I'm not going to. So we've got one, two, one big one, ooh, and then two, and I left three there. I cut this piece. I'm sure it's gonna grow because they do that. They do that. That's how they grow. So I don't think I'm gonna do more. It's probably like what, maybe 5:20, and my feet are super cold. I don't think I should be out here with my feet being cold because I have boots on. I have socks on. The boots are not insulating at all. So yeah, okay. I do have to figure out if I need to prune the pomegranate now because I do just want it to be like a two trunk type of tree. I'm not gonna leave it like a shrub. I want it like a tree. So I'm gonna look at it real quick. Okay, so I did prune off. There was one that was like right here and a smaller one. I essentially want these two to be like the two trunks, and I will just go trimming on the inside where they would meet until they branch out some more. Right? So I just want it to be like a two trunk tree. Yeah, we see that one, right? This would be the big mess to do. That's another day. The other three won't take long, I know. And I just want to measure, like, from the well, like that general area. Because I'm like, maybe I could put a shed here. That would be an idea, right? Alright, so from the front of the bed to approximately the front of the gladiolus bed is about, I think, comfortably at 18 feet. I could push it more because one, the gladiolus bed can always be removed. And I do have a path behind there, but I guess, again, that path can also be removed, ignored. And then there's wild space. Because my idea is I could put a shed in a shed, a little walkway, a little deck, and then it's like, ooh, office space, right? Thoughts. It's 5:25. I think I'm gonna chop a little here. I'm thinking I also want to chop the pear tree because I have 5 main offshoots. I'm thinking I might want to top it. I don't know. It's also not gonna fruit anytime soon, so. And so after, I really hacked her away, but I know she'll go to it. I did have a big, I think it was over here. It was here. It was brown, and I was going to leave it, but I'm like, it's actually very brown, so let me cut it back. And I think she'll do good. I think she's really rooted in here. I do mean to cut back the Artemisia. Can I just hack it away? Let me see. Well, they're saying early spring. Wow, it is really bare. You just see the Palace Castle Artemisia, which is how I like it. So I think I'll wait on the Artemisia. I'm sure I could have waited now, but I I did put one prune in the ground over here in this corner because I do have roses, but if everything is very visibly rose, I feel that's very much more rose garden. I do mean to eventually get more roses of different kinds that aren't just like drift, besides the Parfuma Eden Rose, but yeah. Actually looking, I think it only gets up to like 15 feet tall. I don't feel like if I leave it alone on top, it's going to be anywhere too tall for me to reach, especially if I have like a ladder. But again, also, I don't have a second pear tree for this to fruit anyway this year anyway. So I don't think I have to worry regardless. So I want to leave it alone for now. I'm sure I have to decide between one of these two. I know where I'm leaning. I'm just going to cut this one. Yeah. So it took forever. But now we have 4. We have this one main leader that goes, and it's fine with me. And then these 3 that are kind of like at easy grabbing height. So I think I don't need to cut it more than that. The question is, do I want to cut it at the top? I don't know. It looks like it's still growing farther up. Like I said, but will that, you know what? We'll see about it later on. I'm done for today. Actually, I lied. I think I'm going to try and put this in the ground, see if it takes. I don't think this will count as the second one. Do I want to put it over there somewhere? Or do I want to put it over here somewhere? Let's put it on the other side of the road, of the would-be road. I don't think it's going to take, so we're just going to put it right here. Oh, wow. That ground is hard. Let me get something. The ground is too frozen, so no. And so I've got to come in and prune the hydrangeas, prune the other 3 roses. Let me see. It's 3 hydrangeas in ground that I could prune. I think they're all panicle. Well, I know at least 2 of them for sure panicle. Yeah, oh my gosh, my feet are freezing. Yeah, I really gotta wait till the ground is softer to do anything in ground, really, it seems like, so. I don't have the right tools otherwise, so. Yeah, bye.